What's up, guys? Stu here with Brad for a live draft from Stu's Podcast Center.
Hey, guys.
What's up, Brad? So, we're here for episode 3, and we've actually been drafting for a IDP fantasy draft I'm in. Which
We just did 40 rounds of hell.
Yeah, I'm offense, I was great. Defense sucks, but it's going to be interesting. But today we're going to be talking about injuries. It's only week 1 of preseason, and there's already a long list.
We have had a lot of injuries. It's like that Oprah Winfrey meme I sent. You get an injury. You get an injury.
Yeah.
Look under your seat. It's an injury.
So we're just going to go through a list, talk about impacts of injuries, and see how they kind of mix up things, fuck up things, and just kind of go all around and see what's going to happen, see how it's going to affect the draft. Actually looking at one right now as it happens on the screen.
Yeah, we're being pretty awesome with the projector here, watching preseason football on the wall. And yeah, what we just watched was Darius Geis.
Torn ACL out for the season.
But don't hesitate. If you feel like drafting guys this year, take them round 1. Otherwise, nobody's going to draft them.
Yeah.
Don't let them feel alone like that. Now, that man needs some loving after a tragedy like that. And I think one of y'all, not me, needs to make that sacrifice.
Yeah, I mean, I do it. You gotta make risk the biscuit to make the biscuit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, inside some honey. That makes sense.
Just to let you guys know, we are sponsored today by Hostess, Little Debbie, and Big Bag of Spits.
Yep, I am double fisting Twinkies right now. Yeah, because I'm down here with Stu and Conway, which means when you're 30. You don't show up with beer, you show up with a 12-pack of Mountain Dew and Hostess Twinkies. It's like you're going back in time for a slumber party as a 12-year-old. So, yeah, no regrets.
No, yeah, it's been a good day. I locked myself out of the house when Brad first showed up.
Yeah, he did.
Had to wait 3 hours for my wife to get home.
Your home is very secure, by the way.
Very.
We couldn't get in.
Couldn't get We looked at all the windows, tried to check all the doors. Nope.
Could have broke some windows, but we felt that was unnecessary.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. And then we went to Walmart, because that's when you do when you get locked out of the house. And we ran into a little bit of a gas problem. There was a little bit of a gas leak.
We were in the back.
We were crop dusted.
Oh god.
It was vicious.
It was like you took a volcano, you took rotten eggs, and you mushed it all together and shoved it in someone's asshole. And it was just nasty and grody, and it lingered way too long.
Yeah, it was pretty atrocious.
Golly.
It was pretty bad. Like the Browns season last year.
Oh, God. They just got to win one game. One game.
Well, we didn't win anything when we were there. That was bad, guys.
It was bad all around.
Mm-hmm. We walked to another aisle. It was still there. It was lingering like a poltergeist.
All right, so let's go with. I'm trying to segue out of fart talk. Cleveland Browns. The biggest one has got to be Josh Gordon.
Yeah. When's he coming?
Well, according to his head coach, there is no timeline for his return. So he right now isn't he like in the 4th, 5th, 6th round, somewhere in that range?
He's going as high as the 3rd sometimes. I think it's crazy. As a person, I hope he recovers and does everything right. As far as fantasy goes, there's so much risk. There's a lot of reward, but in the first couple of rounds, I want to go with safety. Risk is for later on the draft. I don't want to do it early on. If he's there even in the 4th round, I don't know if I can take Josh Gordon. I'll let one of y'all do it.
Double digits, maybe? I can take a risk there.
7th round. I'd jump on it.
Like your mom. I hope you don't jump on your mom. That's really weird.
That is wrong.
I mean, I would jump on your mom specifically, but yeah.
This is not an Alabama podcast.
Alabama Hot Pocket.
Oh, that's wrong. Man, maybe that's what we walked into at Walmart.
Oh,
maybe that's
God,
what
maybe. Oh, fuck.
That explains the smell.
So
I'll Google that.
I missed this one. Alan Hearn's groin injury has been limited at training camp.
Yeah, day to day. Groin injuries are really bad because they lingered like hamstrings.
Ask DeMarco Murray how that worked out for him last year.
Yeah. But that opens up a spot for the wide receiver core. We all know that. But Terrence Williams is the other wide receiver. He's not going to be their number one. That might open up a good spot for Michael Gallup.
He's got to be the number 3 easily. And then if Hearns goes
he's got to get more production than Cole Beasley.
Yeah, I don't know. Dak has the Beasles pretty hard.
He does. But
he's short and he's really short.
Yeah. He's like most of us. I just don't know. You know what? Good for you, Cole Beasley. Doing it for the short guys.
Yeah. For the Broncos, no one. Not a single person that we care about.
No.
Carlos Henderson? Yeah, I don't know who the fuck that is.
The Packers, Aaron Jones is still suspended.
Yeah.
There's nothing new with there.
That's nothing.
Dante Foreman for the Texans, he's coming back from the Achilles injuries, but they put him on the PUP list, so we don't know when he's coming back. He may not even come back this season.
Well, in that Achilles...
It's a bad injury.
Well, that tends to be a career ender, too, and for a guy that's only been in a season...
And Dante Foreman's no small man, either.
No.
He's a big man. So, that's a lot of weight on that ankle, and...
So...
I don't know. I wouldn't... He's undraftable right now.
Do you want to talk about a running back core that was already messy and fucked up, and now let's make it more messy?
Talking about the Colts?
Yeah, Marlon Mack with the...
You know who came in right after Marlon Mack got hurt and led the team in carries with the first-team offense? Robert Turbin. Fantasy zombie coming back from the grave.
He needs to go away. Someone needs
Jordan. Everybody wants Jordan Wilkins or Naeem Hines to come through, but Robert Turbin was their backup last year, but was hurt.
There's no way they can trust him.
They did.
You already got.
They
Hines.
put him in first team offense.
You spent that draft pick on Hines. How do you not go for him?
Yeah. Oh, I'm not drafting any of them, so I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, we'll see.
I would still draft Marlon Mack late if he's there with an ADP. He's the most talented running back on that roster. I believe it. But, yeah. So, Marlon Mack if he's there, but not too early. I would say round 8 be a good time for Marlon Mack right now. 7 or 8. Anything before that's way too soon. Let's see. Nothing on with the Chiefs. Kendrick West may not make the team. He got concussion. Chargers, their defense really got hit hard.
Golly.
So,
defensive back after defensive
Jason
back.
Barrett tore his Achilles out for the season. Joey Bosa's been sidelined with a foot injury. And then...
God, I was liking
Hunter Henry got hurt before the season started.
Yeah, Hunter Henry is a sad one.
Yeah, did you get Hunter Henry in your IDP dynasty?
I didn't. Someone sniped him.
Yeah, because you got IR spots. But you did get Darius Guys.
I did.
Which I thought was a good snipe.
And ran at 25 or 26.
Yeah, just throw him in the IR. You'll have him next season.
Yeah, I was excited.
But, man, that's so bad because that run was ridiculous.
No, he looked good. He really did.
It was nasty, and then it ended nasty.
More than anything, I was like, please stop running so that you stop looking so good, and he stopped a little too hard.
I saw somebody said something, I was like, oh my gosh, don't be true. They were like, oh, it's just another Clinton Portis.
Golly.
A lot of power and just injury prone. But he wasn't injury prone in college, so hopefully it's something he comes back from. But with it being this early in the year, should make a full recovery for next year. Let's see. Minnesota Vikings. Dalvin Cook didn't even play in preseason today. Probably a smart move.
I think they're just being safe on that one.
Yeah.
I don't really feel like there's an injury there.
That's what they said. Like, he's your franchise running back. Let's see. Tom Brady sat out Thursday's preseason opener because he had a sore back, probably from carrying the team all those years.
So, speaking of Tom Brady.
Oh, my gosh. We got a good dynasty story for you.
Oh, my God.
So what happened in the first round of your dynasty draft tonight?
I was like, oh, my God, I'm gonna beat these guys so bad.
Who went in the first round?
Tom Brady went in the first round.
Tim Brady. Yep.
I was like,
League
who
reference.
the hell just took Tom Brady number one?
I think everyone was like that.
Yeah, everybody was like, did that just happen? Is that real?
Yeah.
Is it
but
real?
then he's a young 40 years old.
Golly. Yeah, because I want a sore back 40-year-old throwing
Tom
me a
Brady
football.
could be the first franchise quarterback to have health insurance through his team with Medicare.
So, how's Belichick feeling about that Garoppolo trade last year?
I think he's mad.
I think he's
I don't
very
think
mad.
he wanted Garoppolo to go.
No, I don't either. I think the
that was forced by
GM
Tom.
was like, woo, I win.
I think Tom was being a jerk. Who would have thought it?
Okay, so Sony Michel.
Had knee surgery, week to week.
He's
another guy.
ready to start for the season?
No, he's a guy I wouldn't take. It says expect to be ready to be started for the season, but you know they're not going to rush him in and give him like a huge payload at the beginning.
No, and then Belichick's already weird with his running backs as it is.
Okay, speaking of Patriots running backs, at the end of the draft, if you want to steal, it's Jeremy Hill. He's going to be. Think about it. He's only 25.
Okay, just make sure you take him round 15 right before Brad gets him. That's all you got to do. And then trade him to Brad.
No, I'll wait for you to drop him in waivers, and then I'll pick him up, and he'll have 7-8 touchdowns just taking over the LeGarrette Blount role. Sexy Rexy's going to get hurt. He always gets hurt.
Edelman had knee surgery?
Returned week 5, but that's suspension. I think that knee surgery was in the off season.
And then he doesn't have camp legs yet?
Yeah.
What is that?
So he doesn't have camp legs yet. Okay.
Is that a thing?
I think he'll be fine because he's got plenty of weeks during the season to get camp legs.
You're looking real good. You got camp legs. Damn, look at those camp legs. Got those camp legs going. Golly, what the hell? Ingram.
Yeah, we know Ingram's suspended, and nothing's changed with that. Isaiah Corral had that nasty concussion, but boy, he looked good.
He did.
And one thing they didn't do in Cleveland was he didn't do a lot of receiving, and that was a good reception.
And then you have the Jets. Corwell left Friday night's preseason opener against the Falcons with an apparent head injury.
Yeah, but that was a great touchdown, though.
Yeah, it was.
He looked good.
Let's start with a head injury at the first thing. Well, then, they got another guy hurt with a foot injury.
Yeah. Well, the one thing with concussions is, they can come back. If you've already had one, you're more susceptible to another one. Mm-hmm. And Corral's one of those guys, he likes contact. So it wouldn't surprise me if he gets another one during the season. Most of those guys, well, any of them.
I mean, running backs and head injuries aren't like
pretty
crazy.
Common.
Yeah, it's not a common thing. And then we have Quincy Enunwa with a thumb injury. Week to week.
Yeah. He could be a good late steal if you wanted to take a lottery on him. He had that one good year the other year, then he was out all last season. Robbie Anderson's always getting in trouble, so it could be an Enunwa that comes in and could have a couple good stretch there of games for you.
And then
Alshon Jeffrey
on the PUP list.
Yeah, he's sidelined with that shoulder injury. Because he played with a torn rotator cuff last year. All last year. Had surgery. Still recovering, but they said he should be ready for week 1. That guy's not going to miss a game. He's tough. That guy's tough as nails. So I wouldn't worry about him.
Well, the one I would worry about then is probably Carson Wentz.
Yeah, they're not going to rush him back. But if you take Carson Wentz, just take another quarterback toward the end with your last pick. Just use him for a few games, and then
use
Carson Wentz.
deep.
Quarterbacks is so deep. And if you guys go quarterback early, I'll be really happy. You should do that. For my league, I want y'all to do that because then my team will be amazing. But if you guys know I'm waiting on a quarterback and then y'all take up backup quarterbacks during the draft, that's just going to make me mad. That's just stupid. Because then I'll get my quarterback at the end. So, yeah, you can pick up like Dak Prescott with your last pick. That guy led fantasy football in like points for quarterback for like the first 4 weeks. So, yeah, not a problem. They're going to have a healthy Zeke. Their offensive line's going to be healthier. They'll be fine. They'll be okay.
CJ Procise.
That guy. When's he not hurt?
Yeah. Let's go the real worry here.
Doug Baldwin. Oh, Doug.
Expects Doug Baldwin to be ready for week 1.
Yeah, I like Doug. He was a little slow out the gate last year, but
Doug.
But I like Doug. He's a good, reliable wide receiver. Target monster there in Seattle. San Francisco, George Kittle. He's questionable for week 1. He was just one of those late tight ends people were taking. So just go on the next one. Matt Breida, though, sideline, shoulder injury. He's questionable for week 1. Breida was looking good. Yeah. And, he's somebody to keep an eye on because they're not going to give the full load to McKinnon. No. He's a smaller guy. He's a smaller back. They'll just break him. They know that. So, Breida, he's worth the take.
Yeah.
Jameis Winston suspended. We all knew that.
Yeah, that one's kind of sad. He looked like he was going to be all right this year.
Yep. Rashard Matthews
did not practice Monday.
Yeah, the injury is undisclosed.
Day to day.
Rashard Matthews had a bad year last year. He's on my do not draft list. I go Corey Davis before I'd ever go Rashard Matthews.
No, yeah, I agree with that. But, he's a late round flyer. If Marcus Mariota can actually throw a football this year.
Yeah. So we go to the Redskins. Josh Doxson, sideline with a shoulder injury, but he should be ready for week 1. Mm-hmm. He's day to day. Basically, he was like tearing it up in camp. Made an amazing catch, but went hard down on his shoulder. But apparently he's got good chemistry with Alex Smith.
And the guy we started with at the beginning of this podcast, Darius Guice. For this season, knee injury.
Yeah. Now, if the guys that I like in this draft, if they could stop doing good in preseason, that would be amazing.
Well, I actually liked him, and I was looking forward to probably trying to grab him real quick.
Darius Guice?
Yeah.
Yeah. It kind of ruins my draft already. Because it takes away... I knew I was never going to get him, but it takes away another guy that might have been there available for me.
True.
So, it kind of makes me mad.
Yeah. But I feel like there's more and more of those. Like, a lot of these guys, either they're now pushing guys up that I was looking forward to getting later, and it's just making it harder and harder to draft because who you picking in Washington for running back now?
Chris Thompson, that's it. He's the only one that's rosterable.
Yeah, somebody's going to take a late round pick on Rob Kelly.
You can take Rob Kelly, and you can enjoy that because there's 1 point.
Or, are you going to do Rob Kelly or Samaje Perine?
Or, just saying they could sign a free agent running back.
But you already have 3. Why would you get another one? You don't have to use...
Because your running backs are Perine and Rob Kelly.
See, but Rob Kelly was hurt last year.
Yeah.
He was supposed to do really well. He just got hurt.
You know what the problem with Rob Kelly is? He can't hold on to the football.
There's that.
He loves the fumble. You're like, oh, look, Rob Kelly has 30 yards for me. and 2 fumbles, and I have -1 point. Thank you, Rob Kelly. No, Rob, that's horrible. Put super glue in your hands. Do something.
Get your shit together.
Get your stuff together. Come on, Rob.
That's not the word he meant to use. He just wants to make this PG.
Stu has a child.
That's not.
She might stumble on the podcast and hear Daddy say bad words.
No.
It could happen.
Block YouTube from every device she can use.
That's probably good.
It's a good.
But have you blocked her from podcasts?
Well, yeah, because this is on YouTube, not podcast.
It could be put on there.
What podcast is this getting posted on?
I don't know.
Are we on Apple? Are we on Google Podcasts
There's
now?
things you don't know about. I'm trying to get us a contract.
Yeah, they're going to be like, we're going to make a hard pass.
We want those guys that talk about farts in Walmart and eat Twinkies while live on the air.
I mean, it works. I mean, we're 2 weeks away from the important fantasy draft. Some of us are doing our first dynasty drafts next Friday.
I'm excited about that.
I am very excited, but we all know the important league is our redraft.
It is. It's the Bundy League.
Because a bunch of these guys are really excited for you and I get distracted and try to win the dildo. And
yeah, that's not going to happen, though.
see, that's the thing. We're willing to say fuck all other leagues to make sure you don't win the dildo.
That's true.
Everything else is expendable so that you don't win the dildo.
Including families.
Exactly.
Yeah, priorities.
My daughter will learn the league is more important temporarily. Once the season's over, she's important again.
There are 4 months in the year where you don't count, but the other 6 you count, honey. I love you.
You're second. Just for those 4 months, you're second. Technically, you're third.
This is why you don't get birthday presents. I'm sorry.
I mean, Lauren's already accepted it. She knows she's second for those 4 months. So technically, Emmeline's third. Even she's the wife. Your wife is always first, then your children. So yeah, she's third.
Okay.
Carpenter's way.
So the fantasy gods are first.
Carpenter's just soaring down that list of importance that he's way.
Well, he almost choked on an apple core tonight. So
that, and he keeps pissing my wife off, and that's a good way to get kicked out of the house.
That is a good way to get kicked out of the house. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the draft is around the corner. I'm excited. I can't wait for y'all to make horrible decisions, and for us to do amazing because y'all left good players on the board for us.
Don't forget to sign up for Clicky Draft so that you guys can actually draft.
Yeah.
On the online version.
Shout out to mainly Day, Vince, and CoPro. We're going to try to do the draft live on YouTube. That way y'all can also watch it while you do the draft so you kind of feel like you're there. We want y'all to feel welcomed and see us in person telling you about how such a horrible pick you made and that it's going to cost you everything and you're going to get that last place trophy.
Shit. And then there will probably be videos of Brad the night before getting the water wheel of...
I made bad bets.
And now he's got to get...
I made my bed. I got to lie in it.
So that's going to be interesting. Stay tuned for that. If you guys do need help with any of the, technology side, let me know. I can help whoever. But we will be back with you guys shortly. Can't wait to see most of you in a couple of weeks. And we'll see you guys later.
Yeah. And Royce Freeman and Kerryon Johnson, y'all can stop raising your ADP, please, and thank you. I'd appreciate that. You guys are jerks.
See you guys.
Have a good one.